get out of bed. We been working on whatever, si lazima uipende, just give me the credit. Niko airi na bado na meditate, nikijamwa taanza kudedi, sikishika na wesi mlevi, nikipienga na bado ni heavy, yamniluza na bado sichezi, yamnifuta na bado sichengwi.
Hi, what's up people? I go by the name of BoiBlacc, and this is my episode on Flow and Tell. It's a lyric breakdown of my single, the Great Blondin version 2.
BoiBlacc, I'm just throwing shade, Boys, you sick in it.
The Great Blondin was a jam that we recorded with KiliHippie in, I'm pretty sure it was between 2020 and 2021, and it was a crazy time, given it was during COVID, we're locked in and everything, and I feel like I was a bit militant in terms of my outlook on life, and this jam just embodied that, the energy and the place I was in at the time, pretty much. So that was my inspiration was pretty much the experience I was having at that time. I was going through turbulence, let's just call it that. It was a turbulent time, and this is pretty much a reflection of that in some context. Yeah. So the jam opens with a chant. Boys, you sick in the head. 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 It's basically, it's a magic. You know, you see a homie doing some shit that just doesn't seem in the line of like common sense, that type of thing. You know, you can see a homie going astray, and at times there's no better way to, you know, kind of like try and I guess call them out on their BS, because they do the same for you, that type of thing. And I guess that's where I was coming from when writing the bridge, writing that intro. And then I mean, after that we go straight into the chorus, which is, boys, you sick in the head. Would you rather be broke or be dead? Would you rather be bothered by anything? Taking them thoughts to the head. I'm really hanging by a thread. I'm dangling on the edge. Cut people off on the edge. Never been safe on the edge. It's like when you come down to the things that you prioritize, or the things I was prioritizing at the time, I want a lot of things, I want good things for myself, but at times it's basically, in this time it was like, what am I willing to do to get certain things? What am I willing to do to get the things that I feel like I need or I deserve? And it could be a question that you're asking someone else, a mate of yours, or even yourself, you know, just self-reflection type of thing. And that's where I was at the time, because I'm hanging by a thread, you know, that type of thing. It's where you feel like you're out of options, and that's basically the place I was in at that time. Things just weren't working out for me in regard to making my music. There were a lot of stumbling blocks, and yeah, it was basically like a monologue, I'd say that. So it goes straight into the verse after that. So it's hungry, I'm looking for bread. Sleepy, can't get out of bed. We been working on whatever, si lazima uipende, just give me the cred. Niko airi na bado na maybe, nikijamwa taanza kudedi, sikishika na wesi mlevi, nikipienga na bado ni heavy. That's me just I guess letting off. At that time I was I needed to make money. I was living at my folks, and I felt like kuna hizo time hawa inakuwa ndogo, and you feel like the only way that I can actually get ahead in terms of doing the things I want to do is having my own space. And that means actually finding a place of your own. But it's me time ya COVID, you know, you're still in campus, that type of thing. And you're trying to make shit work by any means possible. And at times I'd find myself in sessions, like you're in the studio, you've been in the studio all week, and you barely have enough to, you know, get by and everything. And somehow I felt better being actually, like, I'd rather be hungry, but I'm out here looking for means to actually do and make music the way I feel, you know, is best, that type of thing. And yeah, we've been working on whatever. See, lazima we pen, that just give me the cred. At a point in time, I used to come across artists, even myself, there's times when I felt embarrassed, you know, to just tell my folks or my relatives that I've been making music, and I'm really passionate about this. And I feel like it's something you might like, because I felt like they'd look at me a certain way, or they'd feel a certain way about what I'm doing. And not just them, other people. But at this point, it got to the point in time where I guess I was confident enough that the music we were making was actually world class, and it's music that anyone would vibe to. And even if they didn't, I'm not making this music for everyone. I'm making it for people who with whom we have a shared experience, that type of thing. And there's always someone somewhere, you know, who has a shared experience with you in that sense. So yeah, that's where my head was at. So niko airi na bado na medi, nikijamu wataanza kudedi, zikishika na wesi mlevi, nikipianga na bado ni heavy. So despite all these things going on in my life, you know, shit not working out, I was able to have a very level-headed approach towards all the things I had to do, all the challenges I was facing, and somehow I knew for a fact that I was on the right path, and I guess that was me giving that's me giving myself my flowers. Nikijamu atanza kudedi, that's me being cocky, like if I actually get pissed off enough to make records consecutively and just kind of, I don't know, fuck up the industry. Like it's always a possibility, if you know what I mean. Zikishika na wesi mlevi. There's times when I had surreal experiences where it almost felt like there's euphoria and it's just you're not really intoxicated or anything, but it's like you've had a discovery working on a record, and it's a breakthrough it's the one breakthrough you've had in a long time. So yeah, you're drunk on the process of making your music and finding yourself and finding your truth. Yeah, so from there I guess we could go to the next half of the verse. So gemni luzana bado sichezi, gemni futana bado sichengwi, nisichangi ama sichengi, Island huku ndo kuwevi. This ain't water, I'm dripping that gravy. No, bitch, you don't need saving. No, bitch, probably got it made. Boi Blacc, I'm just throwing shade. I was just throwing shade. I was throwing shade. I don't know Sichangi. I needed something to rhyme with Sichangi, in all honesty. And that's how Sichangi ended up in my verse, and I hope someday he listens to it. It's like, who is this? Uninani, but it's all love me. I do listen to your shit as well. So and then yeah, so Island Okundo Kuwevi. At that time we were living in Buru, that's Buru 1, just Kablofike Outer Ring, K South. I spent some time there as a child. Generally, Buru is a very trippy neighborhood. Phase 1 through 4, there's phase 1, actually 5. Each neighborhood had its own kind of, I'll say swag, but it make me sound old. Whatever. But yeah, each neighborhood had its own unique identity, and all the way down until sides of SOS. It was very trippy. It was a unique neighborhood, and I don't think I've seen anything like that elsewhere. I've lived in South Sea as well. This was basically a gated community, just neighboring the hood, that type of thing. And it was wavy. It was everyone there had drip. Wasakuvaa majako najua inawaka sijui design gani, but as long as you look good, you could die of heat stroke. But yeah, so Islando just had drip. So this same water, I'm dripping that gravy. Little bitch, you don't need saving. Little bitch, probably got it made. Boi Blacc, I'm just throwing shade. And then the hook comes after that. But yeah, so like I was saying, for the particular section towards the end, you don't need saving, probably got it made. I'm just throwing shade. I was basically throwing shade. Sometimes there's how let's say you have a 16 bar verse and 12 bars in, maybe you get 14 bars in or 15, and you need a filler. And this is the room where you have to be like cocky. And as much as you might have a theme for your song, this is the place where you can kind of deviate and just be you, that type of thing in terms of being cocky. And case in point. So after the verse, we have the hook, and then now we have a bridge after where I'm chanting what I started out with the verse. It's hungry, I'm looking for bread. 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 like, yeah, it's pretty. There was no subliminal there. It was just I was looking for bread, like left, right, center. I was really trying to make it work. I was really trying to make it work, and that was a consistent thought throughout my days, throughout my weeks, months, which turned out to be, a couple of years. But that was basically the bridge, and then after that we go to the outro. So hungry, I'm looking for validation from myself. Do you want to be rich or be wealthy? Want a good girl or a centerpiece? I'ma let it be. I'm selfish, self-made, exterior like shellfish. Rhyme books need a new shelf, bitch. New weed that's not hair, bitch. Si babako siya kang kukulea. Si babako siya kang kukupea. Likichwani nilishachorea. Likisoni pate over there. Si babako siya kang kukupea. Si babako siya kang kukulea. Likichwani nilishachorea. Ligisoni pate over there. And again, so for the outro, it was a lot of bravado, and also those kind of I guess self-reflection type of questions. Where do you want to be rich or be wealthy? Want a good girl or a centerpiece? These are ideally, these are questions I ask myself a lot, and I basically put it on paper and made a record. But yeah, so that was basically the outro. And yeah, at this point the song comes to an end, and you can always replay this shit. Yeah. Alright, so this is Boi Blacc. This has been my episode on Flow and Tell, and yeah, for more of my music, you can check me out on Spotify, on Apple Music. I have my music on streaming services, and you can find me on Instagram at _BoiBlacc. And yeah, man, I had fun actually breaking down this particular jam and the lyrics, because we had fun recording it, and I personally re-listen to this a lot.
Boys, you sick in the head. Would you rather be broke or be dead? Would you rather be bothered by everything? Taking them thoughts to the head. I'm really hanging by a thread. I'm dangling on the edge. Cut people off on the edge. Never been safe on the edge. Hungry, I'm looking for bread. Sleepy, can't get out of bed. We been working on whatever. Si lazima wipende, just give me the cred. Niko airi na bado na meditate. Nikijamwa wataanza kudedi. Sikishika na we si mlevi. Nikipienga na bado ni heavy. Yamniluza na bado sichezi. Yamnifuta na bado sichengwi. Nisichangi ama sichengi. Island, okundo kuwevi. This ain't water, I'm dripping that gravy. Little bitch, you don't need saving. Little bitch, probably got it made. Boi Blacc, I'm just throwing shade. Boys, you sick in the head. Would you rather be broke or be dead? Would you rather be bothered by everything? Taking them thoughts to the head. I'm really hanging by a thread. I'm dangling on the edge. Cut people off on the edge. Never been safe on the edge. Hungry, I'm looking for bread. 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 Hungry, I'm looking for validation from myself. Do you wanna be rich or be wealthy? Want a good girl or a centerpiece?